Ever find yourself caught in a whirlwind of anger and can't seem to manage it? Welcome to a journey of self-improvement where we explore the ancient philosophy of Stoicism and its incredible relevance to our modern lives. Today, we delve into the Stoic path of managing anger. Anger, a natural emotion, is often seen as a destructive force, but it doesn't have to be. It can be a powerful indicator of our values and boundaries if we learn to handle it constructively. Enter Stoicism, a philosophy dating back to the 3rd century BC, offering practical techniques to manage this potent emotion. Rooted in reason and virtue, Stoicism teaches us to detach ourselves from our immediate emotional reactions, allowing us to better understand and control our anger. So, if you're ready to take a step towards self-improvement and emotional control, you're in the right place. Stay with us to learn how Stoicism can help you manage your anger constructively. Let's delve into what Stoicism says about anger. From a Stoic perspective, anger is more than just a fleeting emotion. It is a turbulent wave that can capsize the ship of our rational mind if we let it. Stoicism views anger as a destructive emotion, a departure from reason and wisdom, which are the cornerstones of a virtuous life. Think of anger as a fire. A small spark can quickly turn into a raging inferno if not controlled. It can consume our peace of mind, distort our judgment, and lead us to actions we may later regret. In the words of the renowned Stoic philosopher Seneca, there is no more stupefying thing than anger, nothing more bent on its own strength. Seneca, along with other Stoic philosophers like Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius, wrote extensively about managing anger. They saw it as a reaction to a perceived injustice or a threat to our values, status, or well-being. But they also believed that it was within our power to choose how we respond to these triggers. Marcus Aurelius, an emperor and a Stoic, wrote in his Meditations, "How much more grievous are the consequences of anger than the causes of it?" He urges us to consider the long-term effects of our anger, reminding us that our reactions often cause more harm than the initial provocation. The Stoics also emphasized the importance of understanding the nature of anger. They believed that it arises from our judgments about external events, not the events themselves. This understanding can be a powerful tool in managing our reactions. It shifts the focus from what's happening around us to our interpretation of it. So if anger is a destructive force, how do Stoics propose we deal with it? They offer a variety of techniques from cognitive distancing to perspective taking. But before we delve into those, it's important to remember that managing anger is not about suppressing it. It's about acknowledging it, understanding its roots, and then choosing a more constructive response. As Seneca once said, anger, if not restrained, is frequently more destructive than the injury that provoked it. Now that we understand anger, let's learn how to manage it. Anger, as we've seen, is a complex emotion. But the Stoics offer us some concrete techniques to help us navigate its tricky waters. The first of these techniques is cognitive distancing. Cognitive distancing can be thought of as taking a step back from your immediate emotional reactions. It's the act of pausing, reflecting, and not responding instantly to anger-inducing situations. This gives you the opportunity to reframe your initial thoughts, which are often automatic and potentially destructive. Think of it as a mental time-out, a moment to breathe and gather your thoughts before deciding how to respond. Imagine you're in a heated discussion. Instead of immediately reacting out of anger, you pause. You take a moment to reflect on your feelings, to understand why you're angry, and to consider if your reaction is justified, or if it's based on an automatic thought that might not be entirely accurate. This moment of pause, this cognitive distance, can make a world of difference in managing your anger effectively. Next, we have perspective taking. Perspective taking is about viewing situations from a broader standpoint, taking into account the bigger picture and understanding others' viewpoints. It involves exercises like considering the impermanence of events or empathizing with others' perspectives. Understanding that others' actions often stem from their own issues can help reduce anger. For instance, if a friend says something hurtful rather than reacting in anger, try understanding their perspective. Perhaps they're going through a difficult time and their hurtful words were more a reflection of their own pain than a genuine intention to hurt you. By understanding this, you can respond with empathy and kindness instead of anger. These techniques, cognitive distancing and perspective taking, can serve as your compass in the stormy seas of anger. They give you the power to navigate these waters with grace and equanimity, allowing you to respond rather than react to anger-inducing situations. Remember, the power to manage your anger lies within you, and these techniques are tools to help you harness it. Let's continue with more Stoic techniques to manage anger. Firstly, we delve into mindfulness and self-awareness. The Stoics emphasize the need to be mindful of our emotional triggers. By observing your thoughts and feelings without judgment, you can recognize the early signs of anger and take control before it escalates. Techniques like deep breathing and counting to 10 can help maintain composure in heated moments. Regular self-reflection can also help you understand your personal anger patterns, enabling you to better manage your reactions. Next, we explore the premeditation of evils, or premeditatio malorum. This Stoic technique involves mentally preparing for potential provocations. By anticipating possible challenges, you reduce the shock and intensity of anger when they occur. Imagine a situation that might provoke anger and visualize yourself responding with calmness and composure. This mental rehearsal can help you respond more constructively in real-life situations. Lastly, let's discuss voluntary discomfort. This technique involves deliberately exposing yourself to uncomfortable situations to build resilience and reduce sensitivity to provocations. For instance, you might choose to take cold showers or fast for a day. By practicing voluntary discomfort, you train your mind to stay calm and composed even in challenging circumstances. Remember, it's not the discomfort itself that's important, but your response to it. In essence, these Stoic techniques of mindfulness and self-awareness, premeditation of evils and voluntary discomfort, are all about gaining control over your reactions. It's about understanding that anger is an automatic response, but how you handle it is within your control. By practicing these techniques, you can develop the mental fortitude to manage your anger effectively. It's not about suppressing your emotions, but rather understanding them and responding in a way that aligns with your values and goals. With practice, these techniques can become your second nature in managing anger. Let's apply these Stoic techniques in real-life situations. In professional settings, provocations can be commonplace. You may find yourself at odds with a colleague or facing a challenging client. Instead of letting anger take control, remember the Stoic practice of cognitive distancing. Take a few moments to pause, breathe, and reflect before responding. Remember, your initial emotional reaction is often based on automatic thoughts that can be reframed. Maintain your professionalism by choosing to act, not react. When it comes to personal conflicts, they can stir intense emotions, especially anger. Here, the Stoic technique of perspective taking can be incredibly helpful. Try to view the situation from a broader perspective, considering the impermanence of the event or empathizing with the other person's viewpoint. This can help diminish the intensity of your anger. Active listening and calmly expressing your feelings can also go a long way in resolving personal conflicts. As we navigate the realm of social media and public interactions, we often come across provocative comments or heated debates. It's easy to get drawn into these and react impulsively. But remember the Stoic principle of mindfulness and self-awareness. Recognize your anger triggers and maintain your composure. Practice taking a step back before responding. This not only helps you manage your anger, but also contributes to a more constructive and respectful discourse. Voluntary discomfort and the premeditation of evils can also be applied in these situations. By anticipating possible challenges or provocations, you can reduce the shock and intensity of anger when they occur. And by practicing voluntary discomfort, you can build resilience and reduce sensitivity to provocations. Remember, Stoicism is about practical application. The more you practice, the better you'll become at managing anger. By integrating these Stoic techniques into your daily life, you can navigate work issues, personal conflicts, and social interactions with a calm and composed mind. This in turn can lead to more constructive outcomes and a more peaceful inner state. So take these lessons, apply them in your daily life, and become a master at managing your anger. We've covered a lot today, so let's summarize. We delved into understanding anger through the lens of Stoicism, identifying it as a destructive emotion that can be tamed using practical techniques. We explored the wisdom of Stoic philosophers like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius, who provided valuable insights into managing anger. We discussed cognitive distancing, a technique that encourages us to pause, reflect and detach from immediate emotional reactions. We also touched on perspective-taking, urging us to view situations from a broader lens and understand that others' actions often stems from their own struggles. We examined mindfulness and self-awareness as tools for recognizing and controlling anger triggers. We introduced the concept of premeditatio malorum, anticipating potential provocations to reduce the shock of anger. Finally, we ventured into the practice of voluntary discomfort to build resilience. Remember, Stoicism provides valuable tools for managing anger constructively. Practice these techniques to react with calmness and maintain inner peace in provocative situations. Thank you for watching. Imagine unraveling the threads of the most captivating video myths, one epic tale at a time. You've just ventured through another labyrinth of stories with us here at Video Mythos. If our journey into the unknown compels you, consider subscribing. Join us as we decode more mysteries just beyond the play button. Stay curious, seekers.